Hey guys, really quickly, I just wanted to come on and share a download that I just received not too long ago. To be honest, it was a bit of an aha moment, like, oh, there's a light, right? Where is it? Ah. And if you've been following my channel, thank you, love you. But if you've been following my channel, then you realize that the guides have really been talking about returning back to the basics, virtues, the basic virtues such as kindness, compassion, generosity, patience, mercy, grace. These virtues are super important. They all play into the golden rule, right? The golden rule for some of us who may have forgotten is do unto others as you would have done unto you. I think a lot of times we're so focused on getting what we need out. Like, I really feel like I have to say this. I really feel like I have to be this. I really feel that I have to do this. And sometimes, that feeling is coming from a wound that hasn't really either been addressed or really hasn't been balanced yet. And this is okay. We understand, because we're all helping each other home, and we're all putting out our experiences so that people can learn and they can grow and we can resonate with each other. But one of the things that the team has been kind of saying is that a lot of people that we look to, whether they're experts, whether they're political pundits, whether they're our favorite YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform profiles, whatever it is, any personalities, celebrities, we have to remember that they're going through their learning as well. Please do not just look at someone and think, oh, they've got their stuff together. Oh, they're so handsome. They're so beautiful. They're a baddie. They're a man. They're whatever people think of, whatever they see, whatever they project. Please don't just look at that and think that these people have it all together, because it's just not the truth. Sometimes the people who have it most together, they just don't have a platform. You will probably never see them on TV or hear them, right? And a lot of times when we consume, including you consuming this message, a lot of times when we consume, sorry, the sunlight is doing the most right now. When we consume things that others produce, we think that, oh wow, this sounds good, this sounds right, this feels right. But if you're not founded in a place of love, meaning if you're not in touch with your empathy, with your compassion, with your mercy, with that balance, with that feeling for what others go through, with that understanding, with a focus on understanding what others are going through, guess what? You're just going to resonate with those who are in their ego. It's going to be like if someone's like, I'm just doing what I want, I'm saying what I want, I'm being this because I've been wounds, okay? Because I've been shut down so long. This is great. Yes, we want to come out of our shells, but sometimes if we're swinging to the other end of the pendulum, you're unseen, you're unknown, you're ignored, you're unacknowledged. So we swing to the opposite and we're like, rah, rah, rah. And what happens is that if others are in that space, we kind of just resonate with that and we forget to come back to the heart. So, and we all do it. We have all done it. There's no one out here who has not swung from one end of the pendulum, wherever they started, to the other. But the main point that I wanted to bring through today, and they've been bringing it through, is really, really, really try, wherever you are in your life, whoever you are, whatever your education level is, your gender, your orientation, your race, it doesn't matter. Please start thinking, what does the heart feel like? And if you can't really come up with a plan on how best to go because you just don't know, it just hasn't revealed itself to you yet, just go back to the golden rule. Is this the way I want to be treated? Now, you may say, I don't care if someone treats me like that. You may not care if it's not somebody that you value, right? If it's Joe Schmo down the road treating you a certain way, and you don't care about Joe Schmo, you're going to be like, I don't care what this person does. That's like saying, hey, I just, stole all your money, but you can go ahead and steal it back, whatever. Karma doesn't work that way. It'll hit you in a place where it does affect you. So approach it from that standpoint, in the sense of, if somebody I cared about treated me this way, how would I feel? And I guarantee you, we've all been treated poorly in some way. So regardless of how you've been treated and by who and in what way, think about how it felt. And then just do your best, as best as you can, to move through your life in a way where you're not doing that to other people, where you're not creating an atmosphere where other people are feeling and experiencing what it is that you felt. If you felt unseen growing up, then try to see other people. If you felt unloved, try to love other people. If you felt whatever you felt, try to avoid whatever you felt to other people. But anyway, the breakthrough that I had, and it's funny, because I always second guess myself. Again, maybe it's my 5 placements in Libra. Maybe I'm overthinking. I'm always like, it's always my fault. But I'm starting to realize right now it is not. And I'm also feeling a little bit like, oh, okay, I know I'm onto something, because I noticed that a lot of collective readers are bringing through the same message right now. Kindness, 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 kindness. Especially after going through this Scorpionic season, where a lot of endings happen, and the Mars in retrograde in the sign of Gemini, and that, a lot of people just kind of popping off, and, whether it's communication or the way they're relating with other people, I know a lot of people are going to be having regrets, because yes, it's one thing to express ourselves, but we have to always express and assess. Did I do it? Could I have done it better? Could I have broken up with that person better? Could I have taken my deed to the house back better? How could I? And sometimes we may not see the answer in the moment. But it's good to be aware that, maybe there is another way, and I welcome it, and you bring spirit in. But anyway, I don't want to make this 10 million minutes long. So I'm going to share with you the breakthrough that just happened. I was just sitting minding my own business, and, spirit, we're chatting a bit, and I realized they revealed that one of the assessments that happened recently, and I was shocked. I was like, I didn't even know. That's what assessments are. They won't tell you until after, if they even tell you. One of the assessments they said is that a lot of people came to a realization about those in their life, and the way they were couching it is in terms of spirituality. And so I know a lot of you may actually be people in the spiritual field and who do energy work and whatnot. So maybe that's why they're giving this example. But it's like, these people are not at my level. Or, these people aren't evolved. These people, if you had that thought and you shut people out, or you shut people down, or you made them feel less about themselves, or just whatever, that's, the guides are like, this is where you need to work on. Now, it's not to be confused with creating boundaries for self, because remember, there are so many ways to create boundaries. There are so many ways to empower the self. There's so many ways to advocate. If somebody does not have a gun to your head, God bless, in the moment, then you have more choices available to you that you may not be seeing, because maybe it's an area that you need to work on a little bit more. But what I've been kind of trying to think to myself amidst all the sea of people and that I see online and in my community and whatnot, I just think, hey, what would Eckhart Tolle do? We always want to say, what would Jesus do? But a lot of people may not really feel that link as much as they would feel maybe Eckhart, because, hey, maybe they've seen Eckhart Tolle's interviews all the time. Would Eckhart Tolle say and do certain things a certain way, right? So look to the people who demonstrate balance. Balance, balance, balance. Okay, look to the people who demonstrate balance. And that's kind of, I had that aha moment, not about the balance, because guys have been saying that for like the last 2 to 4 weeks, but in terms of, wow, a lot of spiritual workers had that test recently. They had that test, and a lot. I don't know who, but that they brought it through. So it's spiritual workers, right? We're all out here doing our best, but a lot of people have had this test, and each test is formatted individually for each person. So please don't try to compare yourself to others. But they definitely said, and it kind of gives me vibes like, how does this person treat the wait staff? You know, it's one of those things. It's like, oh, okay, my bad. Because even if we want to, use Jesus as an example, God bless, I just don't see him being, I'm sorry, you're going to have to not be part of this group, or you're going to have to go over there because we're not at the same level, and you're, like, this is too much. So, long story short, now is the time, as we move into the new year, for us to assess so many things. And if I may just say, one of the things that I'm assessing, and I would invite you guys to as well, is where you as an individual could do better when it comes to relating to other people. And how do you treat people that you have no respect for? How do you treat people that you can't understand how they live? How do you treat people where you barely know them? They're a stranger to you. That's the test. That is the test. The test is not how do you treat people you respect. It's what do you do to people when you don't respect them. And that's the lesson there. Okay? What else did I want to say? There was something else that they were talking about. I don't remember, but I also want to remind you, please do not think this means you can't be loving, or I have to set boundaries. You can set boundaries and do it in a loving way. You can do it and do it in a kind way. It's time to start bringing back the idea that how you do things matters. How you do things matters. When you're working on communication, for example, we see it with souls who've been revolutionaries in the past, and who, we need this, right? But one of their lessons that they learn along their soul's journey is that, and a lot of us aren't even revolutionaries, by the way, is this: your message can be lost in the delivery. Plain and simple. If people aren't listening to you, you have to start to consider. And it's not even to say that what you're saying might be wrong. It's a cause for pause, to start considering, okay, what can I tweak here? And in today's world, I feel like there's such a crisis when it comes to empathy. And it's understandable, because we're all hurt in some way. We're all wounded in some way. And we can all do better in some way. So going into the new year, let's just kind of ask ourselves, hey, how can I do better? And this is something that you want to go inside for. Speak to Spirit about. And there was a song that came through where they were, oh my God, I cannot even remember what the song was that they were, guys, what was the song? Okay, if I remember. Sorry, guys. But it had something to do, Love Lift Us Up. That's the song. I have not heard that song in 20 years. Remember that song? Love lift us up where we belong. But you might recognize it in another key altogether, and and another register. Where the eagles fly and the mountains high. Yeah, that song. Sorry. Thanks. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here so that this can just fit as a reel, get it out, and do our best. Love you. Let's do our best. I'm about to do my best too, and just keep it pushing. Be kind. You don't have to rewind though. Oh, I just dated myself. Mwah. Bye.